That's funny. Hi, back. It's Jamila and my lovely videographer Kelly. We'll show you her at the end. So in the last video I was telling you guys that she's only 10 and she's kind of obsessed with makeup. Yes. So in the last video I was talking about my NARS. I lost it already. Oh no, I didn't. The NARS Sheer Glow foundation, and then I got to talking about foundations. So I'm just gonna do an overview of all the ones I own, which I think is problematic because I shouldn't have this many. I don't get made up as often as I'd like to, but I'm obsessed with trying things because I'm addicted to YouTube and blogs. So I started my own YouTube channel to talk about my addiction and to also, you know, do my own reviews of the things that I've tried and what works for me as a black woman. So the first thing that I'm going to talk about is I guess I'll do the drugstore ones first. The things that I did like. I did talk about this in the last video. It's the Revlon Color Stay in the color Caramel. I do like this. It's not, I don't even know. I don't want to lie and say how much money it is because I don't know. I think it's like $6 or something like that. And I got it from Walmart. The downside, it doesn't have a pump. It has a funny smell. It kind of smells like, I don't know, something it reminds me of the hospital for some reason. But it does apply really well. It's not full coverage. You do, if you are looking for, you know, even medium coverage, you need to apply twice, I guess. Okay, that's the first one. The other thing that I have is, I don't want this one. Oh, something I bought last year. I think in the beginning of 2011 or maybe at the end of 2010. I don't remember. I just know did it come out in 2011? Because it was like remember they had like this big ad campaign for it. I think it was 2011. The Maybelline Fit Foundation, Fit Me Foundation. I love this stuff. I'm not this. Let me see. I'm looking in the mirror behind my lovely videographer Kelly. I don't know. I sometimes can pull it off. I don't know. My skin's very, as long as I match my neck, that's all I care about. I just match my neck and my chest. I don't want to look like two different colors. That's not cool. But I've used this and I used it a lot. And yeah, it's very good. I love it. I personally love it. I don't know about other people, but I did buy the matching. Ooh, it's dusty. I did buy the matching powder to go with it eventually, and I do like this powder. It's very light. It's not harsh. It doesn't make you look too powdery and dry. It just kind of finishes the foundation. I don't have the concealer that goes along with it because I thought that was just dumb. Yeah, it was just dumb. And I would say this is kind of like a medium coverage foundation, and I like to apply it. I love to apply this with the MAC Pro sponge. You wet the sponge and you put a little bit of this on your hand or whatever you put it on, and you just dot it around your face, and you take the sponge and you kind of smush it in. Smush it in. That's what the action I call. You smush it in and then you kind of rub it in because you want to smush it to set it and then, you know, rub it in. That makes sense. Makes sense when you do it. But I love that foundation. I'm going to talk about the things I don't like. Last year also in 2011. This was 2011, right? Damn, I'm almost out of this. Hold this up to the light. Okay, I ended up buying a tinted moisturizer by Laura Mercier. I can't remember what made me buy this or where I saw it. Pretty sure it was a blog, or I'm pretty sure, actually, I saw it on YouTube. And someone was using the foundation. I think it was Juicy Star 07. And I decided, because she was talking about how she has acne and problem skin, and it's the foundation that she goes to now, and blah, blah, blah. And I decided, let me go try the foundation. And what I ended up leaving with instead was the tinted moisturizer in the color Mocha. And this stuff is amazing. I think I use this a lot too, like when I'm going to work. Because when I'm going to work, I want to kind of feel like I'm looking nice, but I don't want to get too made up because I don't want to do my eyes and eyebrows and all that other stuff. I just kind of want to have like a nice finished flawless look in case I go out afterwards, and that's what this does. And I think I wrote about this on my Tumblr one time before, and I love it. It's one of the best tinted moisturizers on the market. The only problem with this is that it doesn't have a color range. Sucks. I'm gonna be honest. It doesn't go too far, and I don't like that. My first foundation that I ever bought that I really like was the MAC Studio Fix powder foundation, and this is an NW43. Clearly that's I guess for the lighter months when there's no sun. That's this one, and that's actually what I have on now. It's just a nice powder foundation. It's not creamy, and you just take a excuse me, sorry, you just take a nice fluffy brush. Obviously these are dirty. This is a Real Techniques brush, and it's, oh my god, no lie, we're not gonna talk about brushes right now, but this is one of my favorite brushes ever that I ever bought in life. And this is a Sonia Kashuk brush, with the white handle. It's just a regular flat fluffy brush, and I use this all over my face really lightly. It's a really good foundation. It can be full coverage, I think, if you really apply it on, and if you use concealer and all that other stuff, but I didn't do that today. It was just kind of like, you know, let's put on some mascara, a little bit of blush, lip gloss, foundation, let's go. Okay, we're gonna talk about these last. Okay, the other one that I have, the other few, is this Makeup Forever HD foundation. Makeup Forever has a very, I would say, long compared to other makeup lines. They have a lot of different colors in the color range. And I'm the color, oh snap, did I say 178 or 175?
175? What color is that?
This is 178.
Oh.
What color did I try on in the store? 173?
173 was too light.
And then 175?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, crap. Anyway. But I bought this in the winter time, too.
Mm-hmm.
When I bought this. 178. Either way, the color's 178. Was it 175 I tried on in the store? Or 175 and 178? I can't remember. That's going to drive me nuts trying to think about it right now. But this is the color. It looks really dark, but it's not. My only one problem with this foundation is that you get greasy as all hell with this foundation after a certain amount of time. And don't rub your hands or rub anything against it because it's coming off. But maybe it's me, because maybe I didn't set it properly. I was setting it with the MAC Mineralized Finish in dark or deep dark, whatever color that was that I have. I can't remember right now. Actually, I do remember right now. It's in deep dark. This that I was setting it with, and someone told me at Sephora, like, no, you're not supposed to set it with that. You're supposed to set it with basically a translucent powder. So then I'm gonna try this again. I haven't worn it in some time, but I will be using this tomorrow to do. And then, okay, long story short, let's get to the rest of it. I have, obviously, I bought this in summer. This is a Pro Longwear foundation, and it is in NW45. I don't even know if they make NW43 in this, do they?
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure, but this foundation won't go anywhere. If you are trying to have a long night, a sleepover, a slumber party, if you are trying to like wake up the next morning with your face done like Kim Kardashian on Keeping Up with the Kardashians, because no one goes to sleep with makeup on and wakes up looking made up already. But now I know the secret. She's got to be wearing Pro Longwear because this stuff won't move. Like, you can sleep, it won't come off. Yeah. Your mascara will come off before this comes off. It just stays put. And it does look very orangey. Obviously, I'm not wearing this in the winter time because it's too damn orange right now. But that's a very good foundation. I do love it. I would recommend it, you know, for long wear use, blah, blah, blah. All that good stuff. Another one that I have is, that I forgot to mention with the other drugstore ones, is the Revlon Photo Ready foundation. And this is in Cappuccino. And this, see, my skin is weird because with foundations, either they're too gray or they're too orange. Nothing's ever really perfect, which is what made me fall in love with the NARS, because it's the perfect balance of, like, I just look really nice. I'm obsessed with how I look in that foundation. It looks amazing. And this is comparative to this foundation. As you can see, I don't know if you can, they're similar on my skin. I would have to try it on so you can see it on both sides on a plain face. It's nice. It's the cheaper version of this Makeup Forever thing, but it's supposed to have the same, you know, purpose, like HD, photo ready, you know, micro, whatever it's supposed to have in it. It's a cool foundation. If you don't want to spend 40 some odd dollars, you spend 12 instead. Okay, I will do my favorite last. The next foundation I had, well, I guess I should talk about this too. The Mineralized Skin Finish in Deep Dark. If you just want to just lightly dust over your face to have a kind of an, you know, a light veil. You know, I'm just dusting to go, and mascara. This is also really good too. It does the job. Let me make sure I don't have anything else in here. Oh, I do. Oh, jeez Louise. I feel overwhelmed. Okay, I found them all. Alright, cool. But yeah, MAC, oh god, MAC did something so amazing. I can't wait to talk about that. Hold on, give me a second. The other foundation that I have, and I am so sad to say this, this is the MAC Match Master. One positive is it does come with a pump, so you don't have to spend money on that pump. I'm number 8 in this. I was matched in the wintertime again with this foundation. My mother loves this foundation. I don't know what color she is, but she talks about it every single time she wears it. She says, oh my god, I love MAC Match Master. And oh my god, such and such asked me what I had on. I'm like, did you tell them, mommy? Yes, it was MAC Match Master. Long story short, she loves it. And, ooh, my hair is not done. Okay, long story short, I've only worn this foundation one time. One single time. Because, and I'm going to tell you why. It's really good. I do like it. You're probably hurting mommy's leg.
That's okay.
I do like it. I don't have a specific problem with it. There's nothing wrong with it. But I could not, and I was telling this story in the last video about Thanksgiving and me getting, you know, done up for Thanksgiving or whatever, and using my, you know, normal foundation, my normal routine. I can't give this up. I think even though I'm a little bit lighter, if I go, you know, not so heavy-handed on it and just go once over with it, I think it'll still work because makeup oxidizes and then it's going to get darker anyway. So if you go lighter on the foundation, it should even out. That's my theory. I don't know. I'm going to try it out one of these days coming up. And I'm NW44, which as you can see is about the same thing as this. It's about this. Oh, I make a lot of noises. It's about the same thing as this. This looks darker in the tube because it's a double glass tube. It's not just, this isn't the container it's in, if that makes sense. There's another container inside that, so it does look darker, but it's not. And it's about the same as the Pro Longwear. But I don't know. It's just something about this foundation, the way it applies. It's like
heaven.
It's like a dream in a bottle.
Studio Fix?
Yes, it's amazing. And this I bought, the first time I bought this was when MAC, they extended their line, because they didn't always have an NW44. They just had 43 and 45. And then they bought a 44 and it was like, the perfect thing. I love this foundation. I think it's the butter to my biscuit, and I think it's the syrup to my pancake. I think it's amazing. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And if someone hadn't pointed out to me that they thought I looked orange, I'd probably still be wearing it right now because I just love it. And you won't notice that I look orange unless you're really in my face, if that makes sense. It might not make sense, but it makes sense. It's not, I don't know. It wasn't something that I would have noticed unless I was really, you know, staring very hard. This person tends to stare hard. Anyway, the best thing that MAC ever did, with the best 3 things they ever did, and I'm going to talk about the worst things they ever did too, was, yeah, I didn't get here yet, was doing this. They have a translucent powder pressed. It's the best thing ever. I think it's amazing. It looks a little dirty because I do, after I take
Because you use the dirty brushes.
No, what I do is, it's not because I use the dirty brush. Listen to the little makeup connoisseur in the back. No, what I do is after I take this, you know, and I'll swirl it in my powder to set my foundation, I'll also take this and go over that powder to set that powder setting the foundation. It sounds like a lot, but it's not. It's not. It's a very simple process, and it does seem over the top, but if you're going out, you don't want to touch up. I don't want to touch up. I don't walk around with blotting papers. I don't walk around in my purse with anything other than lip gloss and lipstick. I don't walk around with powders and foundations and puffs and blotting. I don't like to do that. I just want to set and go. I don't want to touch up except my lips. Best thing they ever did. And I do have a blot powder, but I don't use it. I think it makes me look ashy. It's in dark. Ooh, and you can see I still have the puff in here, and it's not that dirty. I haven't really used this a lot. I'll try again later, but I don't know. The other thing that MAC did that I really just want to thank them for was the Studio Care Blend pressed powders in dark and in deep dark. These Care Blend powders are like, they're so soft. And that sounds dumb because, you know, how can the powder be soft? Or should I hold it upside down like this? That's better, right? This is dark and this is deep dark. And deep dark just has more of like redder tones. And dark is just, you see, it's not as red. But it's amazing. Like, it goes over any foundation that you choose. And you just, it just makes everything perfect. I think it's not like a regular, I can't describe it. It's not like a regular, I have another one. It's not like a regular sheer pressed powder, which I do have that in NW43 as well. I don't know. I don't know exactly what the difference is, but there's definitely a difference. I don't know. It's smoother, it's softer, so I don't know if it's more finely milled. I don't know. I just know that I love these powders, and yeah, these two over here are the, what is this called? Care Blend? I don't call it that. I just call it the nice blend powders. And this over here is the sheer pressed powder. You know, because you can either get translucent or you can get pressed. And I don't know. These two colors go more together. I forgot why I bought this or who sold it to me and why I bought it, but I use it from time to time. It's amazing. I would recommend them to anybody to get. Especially if you just, you know, you just are getting into makeup, or you just want to lightly dust over your face. You don't want to do anything too fancy and extravagant and conceal and whatever. Just get a powder and brush it over your face and you'll be good to go. The other thing that MAC did, and it's finally now permanent, because before it wasn't permanent. It came out with the Villainous Villains collection, and that's when I bought it. The Cajun liquid type of, I don't know what this is called. Oh, Magically Cool liquid powder. I am so blind, right? I don't know if you can see that. It's like a powder, and I put that tape in there because it has all those little holes, and I only want but so much powder coming out at a time. And I would take like a stippling brush and highlight, 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 and you get this glow that's just, I call it the J-Lo glow on the black girl. And you get a really nice glow, and then when you put it on with the stippling brush, if this were a stippling brush, you dab it in there, and when you touch it to your skin, it's very cool. Like, literally, it feels cool on your skin. Not cool as in that's a cool thing to do. It feels cool on your skin, and you just, I will take the stippling brush and dust it in like that, and then it gives you a really nice glow. I love it. And you can also, people also use the, that's what these are used for too, the mineralized skin finishes. I have that in Light Flush and Comfort. I don't even know if these are permanent or if I got them from a collection. I'm not sure. I couldn't tell you. If I were to tell you, I'd be lying. Oh, another thing that I want to talk about before I get into the 3 things that I hate the most that I ever bought foundation wise, whether it be from MAC, the drugstore, wherever. I just hate it. I just want to take it back. I don't like it. Would be Yeah, we'll talk about that first. But I ended up buying also from MAC a Prep and Prime. And it's a fortified skin enhancer. And it's in this orange color. And it's supposed to reduce darkness. Now, I've used this a few times and I don't really see a difference. It's kind of like, I just don't see a difference. I don't get it.
Reduce darkness or redness?
No, redness was the other one. And that's for, you know, I don't get red. She said reduce darkness. That's what I was told. And I just bought it just to see. And it's neither here nor there for me. It's just something I can do without. Now, once upon a time, I think this was like 2 summers ago, I bought these damn foundations. As a matter of fact, I think they're discontinuing a few of the shades or something like that. The MAC Studio Sculpt. Now, in the summertime when I bought this, how many ever summers ago that was, and this is an NC50, and as you can see, everything else I listed before was NW44, NW45, NW43, because in the summer I get real dark, real tan, and if I go on vacation I lay out in the sun, I get darker, and I still want to get made up if I go out at night. And then in the winter I get really, really, really lighter. Then I get, to me, what I call yellow. Anyway, so one summer I was really dark, I was out a lot, and I was like, damn, I really want a new foundation. And this was the foundation that I bought, and I used it every single day. And I realized that I was looking greasy as hell. Just greasy. And it's like it's a mix between like a gel and a liquid. I'll scoop this off right here. And as you can see, it's not even, if you look at my hand, I'm not even that color right now.
Yeah.
It'd be
It just looks darker than
yeah, it would be crazy to wear. So that was my problem with that. I was just looking greasy. It was too thick for the summertime. It wasn't what I wanted. Silly of me to buy it because, you know, it was suggested to me and I should have known. I didn't know at the time that it was just too thick for the summertime. This is not a summertime foundation at all. It's not for the summer. Then in the winter time, I decided that I wanted to get the same foundation because I thought in the winter I needed hydration. I wanted my face to be moisturized. And I thought, let me get the same foundation but in a lighter color. Now, silly of me that I did not let the MAC Girl... Ew. Ooh, it was sitting for a while. You heard how liquidy it was?
Ew.
It ain't supposed to be liquidy. It's supposed to be jelly. I don't use it anyway. It's about to... Oh. I don't want to throw it away because what if I need it? It's my problem. Anyway, so I ended up, you know, she was like, oh, you look like NW45. And I'm like, yeah, I think I have a few NW45s at home. I think that's my color. And she's like, oh, well, just get this. But the thing to remember is that no foundation is created equally. Even with MAC, like, the Studio Sculpt is not the same formulation as the Pro Longwear or as the, what's my favorite thing? Studio Fix Fluid and SPF 15. It's just not the same. It has, you know, so much. Like my Pro Longwear is NW45. Look at this. It's completely different. This, perfect. This, I look like, what's that boy's name? Carrot Top, but my face was the carrot. Like, it was just so orange and it looked retarded. Let me not say retarded. It just looked silly. Plain and simple. It just looked I hate it. So I just keep them in a jar over there, just tucked away.
Sitting
The
there.
other thing that I hate that I need from MAC to just, either you're going to come out with it or just not come out with it or just leave it alone, leave someone else to do it better or whatever, is these darn tinted moisturizers.
Yeah, Jimmy, we're going to have to wrap this up really quickly because we only have like 42 minutes and counting. I mean seconds.
Oh, we do?
Yes, we need to wrap this up and
Okay,
then make
well,
a
I have
next
to delete
part.
some things. Anyway, it's this thing. The Studio Moisture Tint in Dark Plus. It looks gray. You look like a ghost. I don't like it. So those are my 3 things that I should not have bought. The Maybelline Fit Me in 350 that I bought was like kind of accidental because I wasn't sure what the right shade was. So I'm not going to put this as a bad purchase. It was an accidental purchase, if that makes sense. And that's it, basically. So I think I kind of overviewed, you know, foundations, and for me to say what kind of skin I have.
6.
Next video.
Bye. We'll talk later about Anique and Torta Fabulous. Goodbye.